Here's the deal. Pretty entertaining game between the Warriors and the Lakers. Otherwise, not a lot of drama that has arisen so far from the play-in challenge in the NBA. Last night, the Pacers go on the road against the Wizards and just get absolutely shellacked. Never was a doubt or uncertainty. And so, as a result, the Wizards lock in the 8 seed, and we obviously saw the Celtics lock in the 7 seed. So the play-in in the Eastern Conference has had absolutely zero impact. That is, if they had never had the play-in at all, we would have had the same 8 teams in the same 8 order. Same thing going on, I think, going to happen tonight with the Grizz going on the road against the Warriors. If the Warriors win, they will be the 8 seed. The Lakers will be the 7 seed, exactly as they finished the regular season. If the Warriors lose, then I think there's going to be a lot of people who look around and say, boy, this is a major negative, because I don't know about you, Dub. You watch the NBA a decent amount because you're a Spurs fan growing up in San Antonio. I'm way more likely, like 1,000,000,000% more likely, to watch the Utah Jazz play against Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors than I am to watch the Utah Jazz play against the Memphis Grizzlies. That's no knock against the Grizzlies. It's just that I have spent a long time watching Steph Curry play, and as enticing and entertaining as I find Ja Morant, there's nothing similar at all in terms of my enjoyment when it comes to that scenario. Does that make sense? Like, I care about Warriors against Jazz somewhat. I still think the Jazz would end up winning in 5 or 6 in that series because I don't think the Warriors have enough support for Steph Curry. I have zero interest in, by and large, in the Grizz, because I think the Grizz have a 0% chance of pulling off an upset over the Jazz. Does that make sense? In terms of if the Warriors win tonight, then we did get an entertaining Lakers-Warriors game. But other than that, there's absolutely nothing that will have changed based on these play-in games.
Yeah, I totally agree. And just to your point, if you made me buy a ticket to watch one guy play in the NBA, it's definitely Steph Curry. Like, It's not even – there's no hesitation whatsoever. He's number one on the list, and I'm not even sure who the second person is. If I'm going to an NBA game and I want to see one guy in particular, it's definitely Steph Curry.
So if the Warriors win tonight, then the play-in series will have had zero impact. If they lose, then the NBA will have traded the Warriors in potentially a 7-game series for effectively a 1-game playoff that didn't have any significance of its larger scale against the Lakers, which seems like a bad trade to me because there's way more interest in, again, the Jazz against the Warriors than there will be the Jazz against the Grizzlies. Having said all that, I just really don't think the Grizz have the horses to go on the road and beat the Warriors. And a lot of people are going to say, well, the Warriors might be tired. They put a lot of energy and effort into beating the Lakers, and they weren't quite able to do it. Hey, the Grizz had to do the same thing in order to get past the Spurs. And unlike the Warriors, who just have to take a short plane trip from L.A. back up to the Bay Area, we have to have a major trip, theoretically, for the Grizz going out to San Francisco to play in this final game later tonight. The big winner, by the way, so far is, I think, Russell Westbrook, who on Thursday night had a lot at stake. If he had lost, he's never won a series since Kevin Durant left. Not that he would have somehow, validated himself, because I still think they're going to lose in, 5 games probably against the 76ers. But at least he's getting this Wizards team, which is not particularly good, into the postseason, and he's going to be able to enjoy being able to play in a full series, and maybe he'll take over a game or two and win a couple of them. He had, I think, the most at stake by far in the event that he had not played well. There would have been a lot of ridicule raining down upon him. Instead, they get the win. We'll see if the Wizards coming back healthy next year can have a more substantial impact going forward.